Look at that. You know if you do that.
Didn't know you could do what?
Well, my screen says the meeting is now live on YouTube.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
I don't. Besides
All
some
right, I'm going to have to ask you guys to hold on to your conversation. Sorry about that. Hold on, let me mute myself. There we go. We'll get our technology straightened out today. Thanks for joining us on our media briefing for this Wednesday. We're going to get started. We have a lot to cover, and we're going to get started talking about an event that is happening on Friday, which is honoring our local veterans, the Veterans of the Year Award for Monterey County. And we've got three folks on the call to talk about the program and really what it means to veterans to receive this award. And we're going to start with Jason Cameron, our Director of Military and Veterans Affairs Office. And then Jason, I'm hoping you could introduce the other people who are speaking and talk about the program.
Will do. Thank you, Maya. So again, my name's Jason Cameron. I'm the Director of Military and Veterans Affairs for the County of Monterey. The military and veteran community, they've always been an intricate part of the county fabric. It takes a special person to serve in the military, and during our time in service, the military builds and encourages and enhances certain traits and characteristics. Some of these include agility, adaptability, flexibility, mental, physical resiliency, unselfishness, and perhaps most importantly, I would say probably character. After our service, we're given the title of veteran, and with that, we bring along those traits and characteristics with us. And in fact, for those that don't know, the County of Monterey is home to nearly 18,000 veteran households. And our veterans do extraordinary things. They do these things without the want of money or recognition or self-gratification. They do it because it's the right thing to do. The Veteran of the Year Award is something that we do annually. It's an essential way that we recognize and applaud the commitment that these individuals have to just doing the good for our community. In the midst of this pandemic, we had to work diligently to ensure that we could still honor these veterans. And we had to work with the county health department, the county health officer. We worked with the Military and Veterans Affairs Advisory Commission to successfully develop a hybrid award ceremony. This event's going to be limited in size. It's going to adhere to all the CDC, state, county health safety guidelines and so forth. It will be live streamed via Zoom and recorded for later distribution. The Veteran of the Year ceremony will be held this Friday, as Maya had said, November 6th at 10 o'clock via Zoom. And when I introduce the next person, I'll throw up a share page with that information. You can visit it at our website, which is mvao.org. That's Military Veterans Affairs Office, mvao.org. And click the Veteran of the Year button to be directed to the Zoom link. So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Sid Williams. He's actually our chair of the Military and Veteran Affairs Advisory Commission. Sid?
Hi, thank you, Jason. I was asked to talk a little bit about the history of how this award came to be. It's really a partnership between the United Veterans Council of Monterey County and the county through the Veterans Service Office. The United Veterans Council was started in 1983, and several years later, around 1990-91, the Veteran of the Year recognition program came into being. Originally, they selected one person from each supervisor's district and one person at large for a total of 6 per year. But as time went on, age began to take its toll on the Vietnam veterans, and which are now becoming the predominant older group. There are very few World War II or Korean War veterans left, as you know. And so in order to recognize all those veterans that are out there doing things in a volunteer capacity, we decided to increase the number of recognitions to 2 per supervisor's district and 2 at large. And it's been going on that way for about 10 years at the increased use. We did an extra one this year. If you read the program for the Veteran of the Year ceremony, you'll see we have 13 because we wanted to honor Joe Gunter while his memory was still fresh in the community's mind. So we will honor 13 folks this year without distracting from any of the supervisor districts. These awards are very meaningful to the veterans. It's incredible when you see the veteran come to the stage and they ask him, after they present him his awards, they ask him, would you like to say a few words? And almost invariably, for by far the majority, it's a tearful little speech that they give. They're so happy to be recognized. And I can tell you, as one of the Vietnam veterans in the county, it means especially a lot to those folks that are of that era because they really didn't get the welcome home that they had hoped to get way back when, all those years ago. So it's a very meaningful event. They are presented with a medallion that they can wear to any veteran event they feel is appropriate. We always ask them to wear them when they come to the Veteran of the Year recognition ceremonies. And they get certificates and proclamations from the county and from the elected officials in the area, to include Congressman Panetta's office and Senator Monu's office, and etc. So we were very happy to be able to put this program together. We thank the county health officer for reviewing our request and approving our request and our method. We thank Maya Carroll from the PAO people to help us acquire the event. So that's all I'm going to say, but thank you for attending, and I hope you will continue to support the veterans community. And the next, I'll turn it back over to Jason.
Thank you, Sid. Now we'll go ahead and pass it on to Dan Presser. He's a veteran of the county and also a former recipient. Dan?
Well, thank you very much, Jason and Sid. Wow, what a great event this is. When I came back from my Vietnam era duty, I was actually stationed in a lonely place called Adak, Alaska. That's way the heck out the Aleutian chain, the next to the last island in Alaska. Shimia is the last island. I was in the next to the last one. But anyway, I've been gone for about 2 years, and I come back home, and I'll never forget my cousin. Instead of saying welcome home, she said, where have you been? She didn't, I mean, she had no clue that I was in the service and gone. So we got no recognition back in those days. And anytime you put that medallion on somebody's, around somebody's neck, it's very meaningful to them. And as the MC of this affair for the last, I guess, half dozen years or so, it's a pleasure to see other people get so excited and know that they are meaningful to the community. And that's the interesting thing about this. These people have to find the time. It's not what they did for their local American Legion or their local VFW. It's what they did for the community, for you guys. And that's why this is such a wonderful event. Normally we do it to a couple of hundred people, but this time COVID got us, but we're still going to work around it. So that's my story. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Dan. Again, on behalf of the veterans of the county, we appreciate the time today, and I'll go ahead and pass it back to you, Maya.
Thank you very much, Jason. And thank you all for sharing your stories. And I have been to those events, and I know the kind of crowd that you get. And I know, and I've heard those speeches, and are very meaningful when someone receives that medallion. And so if you would all stay on the line in case we have some questions from our press representative, we're going to move on to our next topic, which is COVID related. We're going to get an update on the Rent and Utility Assistance Program. That is a collaboration between Monterey County and the United Way. And we're joined by Lauren Suwan-Supa and Josh Madfis from the United Way. Hello, everyone.
Hello, thank you so much. We wanted to provide just a quick update for you on the rental assistance program that comes from the $1.25 million of CARES money that the county designated specifically for rent and utility assistance. And so Josh from United Way, who is our partner in administrating this funding to help with those impacted by COVID with rent and utility assistance, to give an update on where we are now that we're 1 month into the program. Josh.
Yeah, great. So thanks for the introduction, and thanks again to the partnership with the county. The program is going really well. The word has really gotten out there, and our partners are receiving the applications and starting to distribute the funding. To date, we've had 602 eligible applicants for rent, and of those, 543 were eligible, and then 261 applications for utility assistance, and 222 of them were eligible. And of those, they were referred to our 10 agencies that are distributing the assistance. And if all those eligible applicants were paid, we would be well above the 1.25 million that was allocated. So it shows an incredible demand for the program, and that we don't really need to do any more sort of marketing or outreach for it because people know about it. To date, $97,165 has been paid in rent assistance and $3,336 in utility assistance, and that's just because it's taking some time for the residents to get the required documentations to demonstrate eligibility and have the checks cut for their landlords or utility companies. Next slide, please. So this just is a nice pie chart that just shows the dollar amount or the percentage paid by the different agencies. So the lion's share so far has been paid by Salvation Army, followed by Housing Resource Center, and then Goodwill, Central Coast, and the City of Soledad. And like I said, a lot of the other agencies are just compiling the documents to make payments. For utilities, most of it's been paid by City of Soledad, followed by Goodwill, and then Pajaro Valley Prevention and Student Assistance, and Monterey One Water. So it's in terms of the referrals to the cities, the lion's share has been sent to King City and Salinas, and then followed by Greenfield. And the reason King City has so many referrals is just because they did a really good job of promoting the program locally. But if we have a nice system in place where if they run out of funding, that they can make those referrals to other agencies, so that everyone who's been referred to them, gets paid, and they'll be paid sort of in the order that they were received. And then again, for utility assistance, you can see King City is leading there in terms of referrals. And I didn't mention it, but in the past we talked about how referrals are made from the 211 call center. So someone would call 211 and then go through an intake form and a survey, and then based on eligibility referred to the agencies. And so these are the agencies that have received those referrals. And so for rent assistance, again, King City's got the most, followed by the Salvation Army, Housing Resource Center, and Goodwill Central Coast. And for utility assistance, again, it's Goodwill Central Coast Energy Services, and King City are the three top agencies that have received referrals for those benefits. Our program is very effective in that we can disaggregate a lot of information, and we know that the majority of beneficiaries for the rent assistance program identify themselves as Latino or Latina. And then the same for utility assistance, that primarily Latino and Latina residents are benefiting from the program. So this is a list of our participating partners. Some are providing both rent and utility assistance, and some just utility assistance. We really try to prioritize partners throughout the county and to really prioritize the communities that are struggling the most and have the most need. We did get some really nice success stories, and I just asked my partners for them, this morning, because they've only really started distributing recently, but just hearing that it's like a weight lifted off their shoulders to get this benefit. A really nice story from Goodwill where this mom was struggling. You know, she had to choose between paying rent and paying for like groceries and to put food on the table and, you know, to repair her car. And by getting her rent paid for from the program, she was able to do both. And, you know, what a horrible choice to have to choose between being homeless and taking care of your kids. So thank you for this support because it's really helped them. In Gonzales, we've seen elderly people really apply and benefit from the program. And again, just a real sense of relief and satisfaction and you know, just happiness that they're able to have this need met. So if there are any questions.
Thank you very much. That was such a great and thorough presentation on the program, and I'm sure there'll be some questions. We have just two more presenters. We're going to be joined by Diana Jimenez, also from Department of Social Services. She has an update for us on the Great Plates Delivered program, and also some information about some additional programs that Social Services is starting. And I see her on the call, but I'm not seeing her on the screen.
Sorry about that, Maya.
There you go. All right, I see. Well, I hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having difficulty with this new computer trying to get back on the screen. So I apologize for that. I'll try to figure that out before the end of my presentation. But good afternoon, and thank you, Maya, for the opportunity to share an update. I'm happy to report that Monterey County DSS was able to extend the Great Plates Delivered program through December 20th of this year with the assistance of new state CARES money as well as FEMA funding. And as a reminder, the Great Plates Delivered program was started in May of this year, and it has two goals. One is to help seniors age 60 and over at high risk of contracting COVID-19 to stay home and stay healthy by delivering 3 nutritious meals a day. And second, to provide essential economic stimulus to local businesses struggling to stay afloat during this pandemic. And as of October, the end of October of this year, there are over 250 seniors participating in the Great Plates program. Over 77,000 meals have been served, and we have provided approximately 1.7 million in stimulus money to assist local businesses that we have contracted with to provide the meals. The Great Plates program is making a difference, and I would like to share a quote from a senior who wrote to express her appreciation for the program. And she stated, I'm afraid we'd be eating a lot of peanut butter sandwiches and cold cereal these days if it wasn't for the Great Plates Delivered program. My husband had a pacemaker put in this week, and I'm not recovering well from my back surgery. It is difficult to do much of anything. You've taken the worry out of grocery shopping and meal preparation. So although the Great Plates program is very beneficial, it's not enough to meet the needs of our growing senior population who are not only at high risk of contracting COVID, but may also be suffering food insecurities. So as a result, effective this month, November, we started a new program called the AAA Cares Meals Program to serve additional seniors who are sheltering in place and who don't meet the criteria for the Great Plates Delivered program. The AAA Cares Meals Program will run through June of next year. And we have increased the number of seniors we can serve through both of these programs and are accepting applications. Interested seniors can call United Way's 211 for screening and referral information for both programs. And I'd like to end by thanking again United Way and the 211 staff for their continued assistance with the screening process. And also you and the media for assisting us in helping spread the word about these programs to our community. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diana. It's really great to hear that great news about the program, and what a great comment from someone who really got what the program was designed to do. And then our final presenter is Karen Smith from the Health Department. She's got an update for us on flu shots and flu clinics. And if you haven't gotten your flu shot, it's not that she's going to show up at your door, but she's going to remind you to get one.
Yes, please do. The best way we can fight the flu is to get a flu shot. So, over the last month, in partnership with various groups and all the hospitals and MPC and all sorts of people, we managed to give over 2,000 shots, flu shots in the community, free flu shots. But we're not done. We're not done. There's one more coming up on Friday. So if you haven't gotten your flu shot, Natividad we're partnering with Natividad to provide a drive-through and walk-up for no-cost flu vaccination clinic on Friday, November 6th from 2 to 5. And it's going to be at the Salinas Regional Soccer Complex, which is across the street from Natividad on Constitution. So vaccines are free. You don't need any identification or insurance card. Just come and get your flu shot. If you can't make it and you still haven't gotten your flu shots are available at your provider or at almost any pharmacy in the area. So go out, get your flu shots, and stay well. Oh, and wash your hands. Thanks.
Thanks very much, Karen. And that is all the presenters that we have for today. And so I'm going to turn to chat for questions. And we do have a question for you, Karen. The 2,000 number that you just mentioned, is that for county flu shot events only?
Yes. That is just the events that we sponsored and the flu vaccine that we gave away.
All right. That is the only question that I have in chat. If there are there any questions for any of our presenters? You can put your question in chat or you can just ask them if you wish. I'll give people a second. Sounds like we've been extremely thorough in providing information.
I'll add something. People over 65 need that double whammy flu shot instead of the regular flu shot. So Karen, if you know about that, please mention it to everybody.
Yes, there's a higher dosage flu shot. I don't believe it's available at the big flu clinics that we do, but most pharmacies carry it. I would give them a call before you go, but yes, people over 65 need the super duper shot.
And that would be a technical term. Super duper. All right. All right. So thank you for that, Dan, and bringing that up. And I have no other questions here. So thank you everyone who joined on the call today. We really appreciate the information that you're sharing. And that will wrap up our media briefing for today. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you all.